Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On today's episode is me, Tyler.
And me, Jarrett.
And me, Ethan.
And on today's episode, we're going to talk about the console wars. Now, specifically, we're going to leave out Nintendo because we did a whole Nintendo episode. The console wars are generally seen as PlayStation versus Xbox. I find them childish.
Dumb, stupid.
I find them dumb because it's not something that it's literally only people that buy the consoles that care about. Like, the executives don't care about PlayStation versus Xbox.
Yeah, they just care about money.
Exactly. The people, like, you'll see people at conventions that work for PlayStation and work for Xbox, and they mingle, and they're like, "Oh yeah, hey." But there's people that that have ended friendships over PlayStation versus Xbox.
Well, it's because you can't play together.
Yeah.
So their friendship ends naturally.
Yeah.
By no contact.
Well, no contact, and then on top of that, they're like, "Why don't you buy an Xbox? Because Xbox fucking sucks. PlayStation's better."
And they're like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Like, I spent my money on Xbox, so it has to be better.
As a card-holding member of the PC Master Race,
That's different. PC's just different.
these people can go fuck themselves.
I agree.
And they are by buying consoles. So
There's a time and place for consoles.
the Switch. But I'll be happy to discuss this because I've had some of these. So
Well, and that's why I did it. That's why I wrote down all of them, because we've had
Yeah.
some, and I know myself and Jarrett have owned several iterations of both. So we've already talked about what is considered the console wars. It's PlayStation versus Xbox. It's that simple. If you don't know what the fuck they are, you're listening to the wrong podcast.
that's fair.
Who are you?
Where have you been?
Yeah, where have you been? What rock have you lived under?
Exactly.
It's an island somewhere with no
1954.
electricity?
You got Austin Power just woken
Have
up.
you used a time machine to come forward into the future? Even then, you might know. Because
Or-
they're everywhere.
Are you using a time machine coming backwards and we've lost all knowledge?
Yeah.
It's fair. That's fair, too.
To which case, if you found this podcast and that's the one you're using to gain knowledge about the world,
You're fucked.
We're sorry.
adding nothing useful. Oh, okay. So now we're going to go on to which consoles we have owned.
I think we kind of went over in the.
We touched
We
it.
have touched upon it.
Let's
Several
do it
times.
again.
Yeah.
We'll reiterate for anybody who hasn't watched those other or listened to those other podcasts.
Hey, you can watch them. I've started uploading shit on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah.
Just start, like, which one have you owned?
Have I owned? I have owned an Xbox 360, an Xbox One, and PlayStations 1 through 4.
Okay.
I don't have a PlayStation 5. Now, I didn't put on the Xbox One X,
I
S.
found it a little weird because it's the newest generation.
Yes, but it's not.
It's not any different than the one. It's a different iteration of one.
But it is the new generation of console that is exclusive.
Yes, but here's the thing. They didn't change, they changed the inner parts.
Yeah.
They didn't change anything else.
I mean, are we also going to go
outside.
over, like, the 4 Mini for the PlayStation?
Well, I do have, like,
The
some.
Slim?
Did I add that on there? I didn't. They also have, like, for PlayStation, they have the PSP. And
Yeah,
obviously
that's the
different versions of that. You've got your shitty little Red Ring of Death Xbox 360, the white one that died on everybody.
Eventually, for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
eventually
happened.
all
It happened to everybody
Yeah.
because it happened to me too. But so that's what I've owned. What have should have done that first, Ethan? What have you owned?
I've had a Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay, so you skipped the good ones.
No, I didn't. I was playing PC games at the time.
Yeah, but PlayStation 1 and 2 had some
Some
good fucking
Yeah, you can
games.
get them on 4 now.
Well, yeah, now.
Now.
Yeah,
But you
I've
missed
played
them. You
them.
missed them in your childhood.
No, I didn't. I had friends who had them, so I played them.
Okay, and then Jarrett, you're up.
I don't need to go. I had the same exact consoles as you.
I knew you did. I could have answered that for you.
I was hoping you'd be like, let me go, so that Ethan would be like, oh, I have the same.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk about Xbox exclusives because that's where I think the console war really lies in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you can play the same game, it doesn't fucking matter
Yeah.
which one you can play.
Call of Duty, if you like Call of Duty, you can get either because it comes out on both.
Yeah. But actually, let me take a step back because I'm stupid. And the differences in specs. So realistically, whenever you have the same generation that's coming out, there's not been a big enough difference in the specs to,
Close enough.
yeah, especially now. Like now, the specs are damn near identical to where you are basically buying it for the exclusives.
It's true.
Back in the day, it was probably different enough.
And I believe that, well, I mean, not including the specs, but like the exclusives are why we're not adding Nintendo into this either.
Yes.
Because Nintendo doesn't have some exclusives. They are almost entirely exclusives.
Yes,
So we're not
absolutely.
adding it into the console war because they were like an outlier.
Yeah.
So
In fact, I'm pretty sure the only games that you could play for Nintendo that aren't exclusive are games that are available for both Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like,
so it doesn't count for the most part.
yeah. And we've already talked about it. Nintendo has the best exclusives.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, so now into Xbox exclusives. Jump in if you have owned one or any of these games.
Gotcha.
The Halo series, so
Yes.
1 through 5.
Yes.
I think all of us have played that. Gears of War.
Yes.
One,
What
the
was it?
first one.
3?
I believe I've played all of them.
I don't remember.
I think there's 3 of them out. Right?
There's
Is there
4.
4?
Or 5.
I don't think I've played. If there's 4 or 5,
One definitely came out for the 1. So,
maybe I played that one.
Yeah.
I think I did. I think that was 4, and I think I have played all of them then. Forza.
Me. No.
I don't think so.
I know I haven't.
I don't
'cause
care
it's,
for racing games.
It's not that I don't like racing games. I just didn't care for racetrack racing games.
Yeah.
It was odd. Sunset Overdrive, which came out in 2014.
No.
I did own this. You wouldn't have because you didn't have an Xbox One.
Yeah.
No.
And I think it was an Xbox One exclusive. It was fun.
It was a launch title, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember if it was launch or not, but I just remember it being there. Fable.
Yes.
The
3?
which one came out on 360?
That was 3.
Was it 3? I had that one.
Yeah.
That is the one I had as well.
It was really good.
And then these 3 are available on PC now, so are they kind of exclusive, kind of not? But Redfall, which is brand new, apparently it's dog shit. I mean,
What isn't?
I
dog
haven't
shit
played
anymore
it, but I'm
when
not
it
going
first
to.
comes out.
I'm not going to either. It got released and it was apparently terribly optimized
That happens all the time.
all the time. Sea of Thieves, I have played that on PC. I haven't played it on Xbox.
PC. It's good.
I've
You haven't
never
played it,
It's okay.
It's apparently much better than what it was on release, and that's when I played it. Was early, like before all the updates.
Yeah.
And then Grounded, which is also available on PC.
I haven't played it yet on PC, and I will play it at some point on PC.
I want to play it, and I will play it on PC when I do.
I don't even know what it is.
So it's a
Survival,
It's
but
a
it's like you're in a
Yard.
You're in a yard.
It's
and
Honey,
you're
I Shrunk the
tiny.
Kids,
Ah.
but
Yeah.
Neat.
It's a pretty cool concept.
concept.
It's a really cool concept.
if you're afraid of spiders, don't play it.
Yeah, Jared did not like that.
So that's basically all the exclusives. There was, I think, some others, but not big enough names to mention. I'd have to even look to find them to tell you.
I don't know off the top
I don't.
of my
Yeah,
head.
off the top of my head, I don't see anything you
The
missed.
problem is a lot of them won't show up because when they came out for Xbox as exclusives, they also came out on PC, so they don't say they're
Oh,
exclusives.
there's been 5 Gears.
I thought there was 5.
Starfield is. I looked up Xbox. That's not an Xbox exclusive. It's going to be on PC too.
The problem is I keep trying to think of exclusives, and I keep thinking
But
of all the
at
good
this
ones
point-
from PlayStation.
It is kind of, I don't say exclusive, but it's Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah, because it's available on PC.
Because
and then,
as far as I know, anything you can play on Xbox now, you can play on PC because of
yes,
Pretty much,
the way
yeah.
Microsoft has made it work.
there
Good-
was
Good for them.
Yeah.
some Quantum Break, which I have no idea what that. It's like a detective game. I know what it's about. I just know I haven't played it. I think it's a detective game. I could be dead wrong. It says Cuphead was one, but I thought it was out on PlayStation as well.
It's on PC.
May have started as an exclusive, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, there's been several that started out as exclusives that have moved to multi-platform.
Slowly. have
That's
moved
true,
their
too.
way over.
So some
'cause
of them
they-
may not say
you know,
that they're exclusive. So.
Monies. Everybody loves monies.
I love monies.
Who doesn't? So now we're on to PlayStation exclusives. The Last of Us 1 and 2. 1 is currently on PC. 2 will be soon. It hasn't
Soon-ish, I'm
released,
sure.
but
Yeah, they're fantastic.
they are.
Oh man, they're so good.
The God of War series is also on PC. Ragnarok's. Is it Ragnarok? Is that the last one?
Yeah.
It's not on yet, but I mean, it's
It's not?
It will be soon.
not out yet on PC. It just came out like 4 or 5 months ago. So it should be getting close. The Uncharted series. Jarrett, you played that,
Yeah.
didn't you?
I played 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
I think I played 3. Yeah.
I've never played a single one.
I mean, it's fucking Tomb Raider. We went over this. And
Yeah.
It's Tomb Raider, but with a guy.
Yep.
It's Tomb Raider, but better. It's the mechanics are better in it. than
Sure, yeah.
Tomb
I haven't-
Raider ever was.
I haven't played the newest Tomb Raider, so I don't.
The Horizon series, like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ethan hates it because
I played it.
Dino robots.
Yeah. Dino Robots. It's also, the first one is available on PC. I think the second one is now too, but I could be wrong.
I don't hate it.
You hate
It's
the
just
premise.
not for me. It's
And that's
not for me.
understandable. Little Big Planet. Love that game. They've had 3 of them.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
They're
but-
cute.
Yeah.
At this point, they haven't made one in like 10 plus years or something like that.
I
Right?
swear I just.
It's hard to name a better platform.
I feel like they made one when the 4 came out, maybe.
They did. That was Little Big Planet 3.
And it was like at the beginning, which was almost 10 years ago.
It's hard to name a better platformer that's not a Nintendo game.
Yeah, it really is. The Spider-Man series, so Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, both of which are on PC now.
And if you like Spider-Man, they're fucking great games.
Yeah, they are really good games.
Like super.
I've had a
pretty,
couple.
too.
I don't remember which ones. So there's been a lot.
Death Stranding is the newest one of it's a newer exclusive. It's got Norman Reedus in it. That's all I can tell you about it. It is free on Epic Games until next Thursday, which this won't mean anything to anybody listening. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, I'm sorry.
You didn't.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Shishima. Yeah.
Tsushima.
This is what I want to play because
I would like to play it.
I got rid of my PlayStation right before it came out, or pretty soon before it came out.
Gotcha.
Was not going to buy a PS5. Couldn't buy a PS5 because they didn't fucking exist.
Yeah. Now they do, and now I'm just like, do I really want to spend $500 on a
Not
PS5? That's the thing. There's not any game coming out or that has come out that I'm like, I can't wait
Yeah.
until it releases on PC.
Yeah.
Since that's what we're doing now. The Ratchet and Clank series, fucking wonderful.
Yeah, they're so good.
I played like almost all of them up till the PS4 ones.
Gotcha. Shadow of the Colossus, which is one of the biggest exclusives.
Their
Well-
second game?
No,
No.
It was so different from other games.
Yes.
That it was just cool. It was just so,
So cool
cool.
back in the day.
Bloodborne. I'm gonna lump
And-
this in,
and
and
Demon
Demon Souls.
Souls.
I'm gonna lump those together because they're both PlayStation exclusives.
Bloodborne is you can play it on PC.
Is it on PC now?
No.
I think right. No,
I don't know.
I don't want to lie to you.
I don't remember. I thought it was. I can't remember.
Don't like them because they're Souls games. I don't like that repetitive, grindy. I hate it. I hate it.
I didn't think I would like it, and then I played Elden Ring, and I fucking loved it.
I
Such a good game.
just don't. I'm the same way.
I just don't.
It's just too
I do not like
repetitive.
running my head into a brick wall just trying to advance, like trying to beat a boss or something. Like learn the mechanics of how to beat a boss. Like it just is not fun to me.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it didn't seem like it was.
Elden Ring may not be as bad.
It didn't seem like it was difficult to learn the patterns.
Yeah, like Dark
That's
Souls.
not. That's not the problem for me. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
It's more difficult
Yeah.
than it needs to be.
I also
And
don't, I don't enjoy games where you have to dodge 95% of the time
I mean, I
when you're just like rolling around.
I didn't have a real problem with it, but it was more difficult than it was necessary to be.
Gotcha. And then the Infamous series. I've played that.
I don't think I played any of them.
You don't remember playing that?
I don't even remember what it is.
It's the what is it, like Electro kind of, right?
Yeah, you're a kid that has like superpowers.
Yeah, like electric
And you-
superpowers.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Give me a fucking minute.
I don't.
I'm trying to look up when this Sackboy game released because that's essentially Little Big Planet. But that's fine.
Sackboy.
Sackboy. And then PlayStation's version of a racing game,
Yeah.
Gran Turismo.
I played that one. It was
They're making a movie.
3 or 4.
It's coming out soon.
And it actually looks kind of interesting.
It has a cast that's
It does.
pretty cool.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
They're making a movie?
Yeah,
yeah.
David Harbour's in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Who's the main guy in
I
it?
remember seeing that.
My brain, I can't think. It's fuck. I can't. I just literally watched the trailer for it when we went and seen. Me and Logan went and seen Guardians.
Yeah, that's when I saw it.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I have no memory of this.
Yeah,
place.
Orlando Bloom's like the. I guess he's like the billionaire. I think. Or
Yeah,
the-
I think
the-
so.
Racing team guy.
I don't remember who the main actor is for that.
Oh, maybe it wasn't some. I was thinking. Okay, never mind. I was just. I guess I was thinking of David Harbour and Orlando Bloom.
Until Dawn is another PlayStation exclusive. You remember that game?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking.
I'm so tired of zombie games. Is this a zombie
No.
game?
No,
It's a
this-
horror game.
It's like
Okay.
this is like a
Hack and slasher game, basically.
Okay, I'm
well,
thinking-
no, Wendigo.
It's a
That-
Wendigo. It's Wendigo.
it's a Wendigo.
But I'm trying
Okay, I
to think
thought it
of
was a
like
zombie.
how it's the gameplay mechanic. It's more like it's just like a
It's like kind of quick time events.
it's quick time event.
Like,
choose your own
I know.
adventure.
I know why I thought that because it said Wendigo, and then on Fallout, Wendigos are just super zombies. So
But yeah,
No,
No,
yeah,
it's
it's kind of like a choose your own adventure point and click.
Yeah.
Not even point and click. Like if it was on PC, it would be point and click for movement and then quick time events.
Yeah.
Is how
But
it would be.
it's-
Because you basically have to like make a decision.
yeah, it's a horror game. It's
Everybody dies.
yeah. There's like
is that the one where he's trying to save Sean?
Sean.
Fuck
No,
if I know.
Sean.
I'll tell you. Brett Dalton's in it. He's like Ward from Agents of Shield.
Does he voice the main guy?
They're like mocap. They're like their faces.
Yeah.
Are like they're like face scanned.
Oh, that sounds really familiar. I haven't played it, but I think I've watched the
Hayden-
playthrough.
Panettiere, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck is your last name, is in it.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of people. You'd be like, oh, I know that person from that one show.
Yeah.
Days Gone is the zombie game.
That's
you're
the
thinking
zombie
of.
game.
That's the zombie game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Detroit Become Human.
You skipped Heavy
I
Rain?
skipped it on purpose
Because we're
because I'm saving a funny moment about.
I literally don't even remember what the game is about except for
I don't either.
What's Become Human?
That is
Detroit
the,
Become Human.
you play as a robot, and it's like a detective game where he's a detective robot, and you have to basically become more human throughout. Like you make choices.
So you collect body parts and
Nope.
attach them.
Nope.
Then I don't know why I would want to play this because
You're-
that sounds entertaining.
Well, I don't know that you don't because I've never played it, but I think it's more that you make choices that make you more emotional and give you emotions.
How is that more human?
I don't know.
We make choices that make us less emotional.
That's 100% accurate. And then last but not least is Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is fucking hilarious because I don't know if you know this story, but while Jarrett and I were in school, we ruined Heavy Rain for Ryan
Yeah.
What? What happened?
Because it was funny.
because it God damn, it was funny. It was
Because
so
he
like
made the cardinal sin of telling us not to spoil it.
yeah.
For
He was like, I'm playing and I want to know the end of this game, so don't tell me. Well, we had a friend that had played it and knew the end. And so while we're at school, we take his phone, give him Ryan's number,
and him texting.
and he texts him the ending. Yeah.
Awful. It's a evil.
Looking
evil
back-
thing.
I'm not gonna play it, so you can tell it.
I don't
I
remember.
can't
we don't
remember.
remember. This
You
was
don't
this was
remember?
Ryan
literally
does.
15 years ago.
The next time you see Ryan, just say, hey, did you ever beat Heavy Rain? And he will probably bring it up.
It's like the torch with Tyler.
Oh,
It's the same reaction.
torch.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same reaction. He just gets into this like angry fugue state where he just doesn't make any sense anymore.
It's got to be the worst thing
We've ever
done.
like on purpose. We were like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. It was intentional. Like, there was nothing unintentional about
And
it.
then again, Ryan kind of deserved it because of cat facts. So
He did do cat facts. I forgot about the cat facts.
Yeah.
hi, welcome to Cat Facts.
Fuck off.
I hope that Ryan listens to this episode and this episode alone,
Just
Yeah.
just because of the point where we get to Heavy Rain.
we should just all send him the link to
Oh,
it.
I absolutely will whenever it comes out. So, one of the other things that is really big with the console wars is the controller battle. So, PlayStation and Xbox people constantly claim they have the best controllers. I agree with one side more than the other.
I'm really worried that we're not going to agree on
Oh,
that.
we're
No.
not.
Well,
We're not.
I thought you guys.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
Well, we'll start without Jared then.
I don't. It does not fucking matter to me. It's a controller. I just use my hands and it doesn't matter. I don't care. I use them both. They both work fine. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Ergonomically, one of them fits in your hand better. And it's the 360 controller.
I know. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, 'cause
You're
we
fucking wrong.
No.
It's
No.
DualShock all the way.
No.
Yeah. It's so much better. They're not even neither one of them is the best controller.
No, the 360 is the best controller.
No, it's not.
What's the best
He
controller?
thinks the GameCube controller
GameCube
is the best
controller is the
controller.
best controller.
No.
Absolutely. is.
Absolute dog shit.
Yeah, look it up. Look
I fucking
look
will
it up.
right now.
What's the best controller, period? It has to include Nintendo controllers though.
No.
Well, that says PC controllers. I don't want. They're just going to be PC controllers constantly. I mean, technically, you could probably look up PC controllers and it would fit.
Yeah. It's whatever floats your boat, man.
It is.
I don't care. Like I just use.
It really just determines it's really determined by the size of your hands.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
It's like mice. Like who? Like
And the 360. Oh, where's
there,
that?
there is no mice that is universally correct. It's whatever fits your hand size and how your
Huh.
hand lays.
Now, this is PC controllers because that's what they're choosing. Number 1, the Xbox Elite Wireless Control Series 2, which is a fucking damn good controller just because of the actual, like, extra buttons that
Yeah.
you get.
That is one thing I give Xbox props for. They have like an actual like
Elite controller.
Elite Pro style controller, whereas as far as I know, PlayStation does not with the extra
Number
macro
2,
buttons.
Xbox Core Wireless Controller. Number 3, Power A Spectra Infinity Enhanced, which is based off of fucking Xbox controller.
I wonder if part of
I've
that
always
is
hated the Xbox controller. I'll be
part of
honest.
that might be because they connect super easily to
I'm sure part of it
PCs.
is.
I think
like, natively.
I'm gonna guess that it's less the shape than it is the
Ease of use.
the interior. So the actual functionality of it is probably at a higher level than the PlayStation controllers, which I guess would come into effect. But if we're talking just shape,
There,
like
I do have a
ergonomically, I
nitpick
don't.
with the.
I never liked it.
Listen,
Does each generation get its own DualShock number? Is that right? Like
I think so.
PS5 is now DualShock 5.
well, I think it's like DualShock 4.
Is it 4 still?
Or no, now they call it DualSense.
I don't know. Whatever. I did not. The one thing I did not like about the PS4 controller is that you could not use actual batteries. It had to be rechargeable,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they only provide about a 3-foot cord. And it was also a pain in the ass sometimes to get it reconnected. It was one of those things. If it had actual
I never
batteries,
had any issues, but I always bought wired controllers.
yeah. Well, that's just the one that came with it. It's just wireless.
Well, I don't like wireless anything, so
That's understandable.
But it's just kind of weird.
I mean, I buy wired mice, I buy wired headsets, I buy wired
Here.
keyboards.
I will show it to you because you will understand what I'm talking about. If you would move this, if the left analog stick,
Yeah.
and just swap it with the buttons, PlayStation, I don't care. That's my biggest issue with the PlayStation controllers is that the fucking left analog stick is so far over compared to the Xbox where your thumb is relaxed. Like, it's just easier for me to take and go everywhere. And then if I need to hit a button, because most games,
I could just be used to the PlayStation.
You
to be
probably are.
honest. Yeah.
To be honest, in my natural position, it goes right to the PlayStation. Thumbs are over the joysticks.
mine sit
That's
like
what
this.
I do. I think that's also partially because even though the hand placement's different,
Yeah.
I had
do
I had a N64 for a long time, and it's essentially the same because you're just sitting like this instead of like this.
Yeah.
Because you have to hold the middle stick and then the side stick on the left side. So, but I think it might just because I'm used to it.
Which I got a fucked up thumb. So, I mean, like,
Like a hitchhiker's thumb.
Yeah, like it, and so as I'm like holding, it has to like come
I've got-
down. Like it feels like it comes out farther to reach. The
I've got
PlayStation.
wide but short hands,
Yeah.
so my fingers aren't real long. So I guess it's easier for that than it is.
And probably if I played like claw grip instead, it would be better. But I don't do that. I play like with my. To me, it's just more comfortable. I use trigger fingers for the triggers and the bumpers.
I still feel like I had the best time using the GameCube controller.
I had issues with it.
That's because you're used to the Xbox.
No, I had the GameCube before I had
you
the
did?
Xbox. Yeah.
Well, that's been back in the day, yeah.
I like the
'Cause neither
large
of us had
button
an
in the
original
center. That's your
Xbox.
main action button. I like that. And then the other buttons are small around it.
I mean, I agree with that depending on the game. So
No.
there were certain games that
certain games it's be like if you need all 4 buttons or 5 buttons, however many's on
there
it,
were certain games that
it's annoying
wanted you to use all 4 buttons.
because it's more finger travel. So like when they're all in the
Yeah.
cross formation, it's like oh, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, but they didn't have when the GameCube came out. They didn't really have as good like camera controls either. It's
true.
and like
that was
FPSs
one of my
and stuff.
That was one of my other issues. Is
Yeah.
the camera like analog stick would get stuck at times.
On the GameCube,
Like you could push it over too far and it would stick.
really?
Yeah.
I did not.
Actually, I vaguely remember that. Yeah, because it not only would stick, it would just kind of like it slowly. It kind of like
It would
hits it.
slowly come back enough that it would
Yeah.
it would still move your camera. That was the issue I would have.
Oh, I don't.
It wasn't
I
like,
would
it
have
wasn't
to
like
make
a
sure-
snap
I don't
thing.
remember that happening at all.
It wasn't a snap thing, if I remember correctly. It's like you go over it, and if you let go, it would just go. It kind of like move a little bit back.
Granted, like that was my favorite at the time. It doesn't have enough buttons on it now to be functional these days. So
Next up is problems the consoles have had/have. The most glaring one that comes to mind is the Red Ring of Death on the Xbox 360.
I had it was up until last year. I had a first gen Xbox 360 that didn't Red Ring until last year.
Yeah, mine it lasted for a
What, like 6 years? 5 years?
probably until it did, and then
remember-
even when it did, we sent it in, they fixed it for free, and sent it back to me
Yeah, I mean,
because
it was
they knew it was their problem. The other one that I can specifically remember is PlayStation 3, their online service. It got hacked once, and everybody's information.
I don't remember that.
I remember that specifically.
PlayStation's been hacked several times.
Yes.
Whereas
So-
Microsoft has not.
Sony in general has been hacked several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they could up their game a little bit.
I can think of a PS4. It was like not a major issue, but it was like a semi-serious issue of their liquid core, I guess thermal paste or whatever on there.
yeah.
Or five, not four, fives, because they're all vertical now. They
Yeah.
get so hot that it would like leak out of the cooler.
Yeah. Which is supposed to be fixed now.
Yeah.
Well, they also have cooling issues in general on the PS4 because
I
they
meant the
don't
5.
have.
I meant the 5.
Oh, the 5?
I said
4 had cooling issues as well.
but
But,
not.
I mean,
not
everyone,
that specific issue.
like, if you had a PS4, everyone has heard the cycling up fan.
yeah.
And it just sounds like a distant lawnmower.
Yeah. That sounded more like a cow than a lawnmower.
That's what
but
it sounds like, though.
Consoles in general have overheating problems.
So that's
like
that is the
They just don't have airflow.
consequence
Exactly.
of having
Yeah.
a
smaller form factor.
Small form factor. It's the same thing.
If you get into building PCs, you realize that airflow
Is
is
important.
the most important
It's
thing.
Kang.
It is.
You said Kang.
Kang. Yeah. It's a similar problem you have with ITX builds of like just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
choke it. Yeah, it's not going to work as optimally. Usually.
Build a full tower all day, every day.
Full tower's too big.
No, the fuck it is.
Let's do a cabinet build.
Desk build.
That's cool.
Yeah, do a desk build or like put it on the wall so it's open air.
I have seen a lot of those that
Those
look
are
good.
cool.
I don't trust my child.
No, that
Put it
is
up
the
high
problem.
enough.
Yeah.
She's a climber.
But like the desk builds are really cool too. Yeah, but I mean it's all about airflow, no matter what you're
Absolutely.
doing. So it's just they just don't. That's my main issue with them is they tend to overheat a lot,
And they're hard
for
to-
various reasons.
And they're hard to clean. As
And
well.
a lot of them will
Yeah.
they'll say things like, "Oh, if you take this apart, You voided the warranty. And to really clean them
But
good.
then you look at the cleaning instructions and it says take it apart.
Yeah. And last but not least is paying for live services. So I think PlayStation, you have to actually pay to play with friends now.
Oh yeah.
You can still play the multiplayer
It's always been
games.
that
You
way.
just no,
Not well since the PS4.
since like late in the PS4,
Yeah.
because there was when Destiny 2 first came out, and we all bought it for the PlayStation 4. You did not have to pay.
For most of the time that I had my PlayStation 4, you had to pay for access to live services. I don't know when it came out.
But Xbox has always
Yeah.
done pay for play.
I also let my Xbox Live lapse after like
But even
however many
Nintendo,
years, like last year. I was like, yeah, I don't use it anymore. I don't need it.
even Nintendo has that now though.
I don't pay for it.
But you don't play with other people.
That's true.
But also, you don't need to have Nintendo, whatever the fuck it is, for to do like raids and stuff on Pokemon.
Oh no, you don't have not to do the raids, but to pair up with somebody in particular you do, but not like if me and Sean were wanting to pair up to do something or whatever, we'd have to both have the paid service. I don't mind that so much because I think the gaming industry is fairly used to having some sort of subscription based.
I know Xbox
service.
did like games with gold, where you would get like older titles for free just for having Xbox Live Gold.
Well, I mean, ever
Well,
since
and they did that because that's how PlayStation Plus
Yeah.
started theirs.
PlayStation Plus started that with doing
Like you could
Every
get
game?
specific games
Yeah,
for
specific
cheaper. You could get specific games for free.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't remember.
the
Well,
first
it was
thing I
like
remember
times.
is like MMOs came out with subscription services.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, why would I buy the game and then have to pay for a subscription? And now it's become like a normal thing to pay for season passes and subscriptions.
Okay, I finally found. Here's what you get for the different tiers. Which the tiers I'm looking at says Essential, Extra, Deluxe, and Premium. The availabilities, everything. Essential and Extra are all markets. Deluxe and Premium are all markets without cloud streaming and with cloud streaming for Premium. Monthly games, you get them obviously for all of them. You get online multiplayer for all of them. Exclusive discounts for all, content for all, cloud storage for all, share play for all, game help for all, which is a PS5 exclusive thing apparently. Your game catalog is a no for Essential. Ubisoft Plus is a no for Essential, but yes for the others. Classics catalog is no for Essential and Extra. Yes for Deluxe, but except for PS3 games. And Premium, you get PS3 games via cloud streaming only. You do not get game trials on Essential and Extra, but you can on the other two. And cloud streaming, except for PS5 games, is not available on anything but Premium. I don't like that. Which I guess now that it's PC, I don't have to pay monthly for it. And
It's usually just season passes
yeah.
for things. Yeah.
Or it's kind of like Hogwarts Legacy, where you pay like extra, like $15 to get it
So PlayStation
a
Plus
week or
was
5 days early or whatever.
PlayStation Plus was available in 2010. It did not start making you pay for.
So
Yeah.
I paid for it for no reason.
Yeah,
You didn't have to pay to have that online services. I remember that specifically because I have never paid for PlayStation Plus.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
They gave me a month free whenever I bought my PlayStation, but I've never paid for it, and we have played Destiny together. That's why I remember that. We played Destiny
But
2
now
together.
they require you to have it.
Yes, if you want to basically be in a party and chat with your friends, or you can play online. From what I understand, you just can't.
Yeah, I would imagine you could play online.
you
but
can't play with other people.
Yeah.
Like you can't form a party.
Yeah.
Okay.
How they stop that, I don't know, but
Can you join a party?
I don't know. It's a weird situation.
Yeah.
You're missing a very important question.
No, I'm not, because I got one more question before we get to that question that I think you're going to ask. So, the console wars is Xbox versus PlayStation. Which one are you choosing? It's me. I'm unfortunately going back on my ways and picking PlayStation. I've had an Xbox. I still have an Xbox at my house. I don't have a PlayStation, but the games that are still coming out and available for PlayStation are just leagues better than anything Microsoft has made.
Because the important thing is because it's a gaming device, the games you can play on it.
Yes.
Yes.
And realistically, I'm not choosing either one. I'm waiting until the games come to PC and crossing my fingers that they work. Last of Us, not so much. Ethan.
It's really hard because I think Microsoft for Xbox makes a lot better decisions in general. I think that they do a better job at building the actual console, but I have to agree PlayStation because the whole point of having one of them is to play games. And looking at the exclusives list for Xbox versus PlayStation, there's not even a question.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like some of them, some people do like them, and I've only heard good things about them. Whereas the Xbox ones are meh. Like, they're good and they're classics, like Halo and Gears of War.
But there's not enough there to say.
But I can get the same effect out of the ones from PlayStation and the ones that aren't exclusive. I don't care that much, is the problem. And if I have a PC, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
I don't have to have an Xbox.
Exactly. Or a PlayStation, if you wait long enough to have the game.
That's true.
The issue usually comes is people don't care about spoilers anymore, including us, because, I mean, we're not a spoiler-free podcast whenever we talk about video games or movies or TV. And so you will likely see spoilers for that game.
Yeah, but I always think that it's the onus is on you. Like if you want something to not be spoiled, watch it, play it, read it, whatever. Like, if you wait around long enough, anything's gonna get spoiled for you. Like you have to actively
You have to actively like avoid the media.
you have to actively combat that.
Yeah.
Yes and no. It depends on how you consume the media. Because TikTok is really bad about you can be scrolling and you will see something and not have any idea what it is until you've practically seen what they're showing you.
You just not use TikTok.
Well,
yeah. Like if there's something, that's what I'm saying. Like if there's something you're like, I want to have no spoilers for this, you have to go. The onus is on you now.
Yeah.
You have to combat spoilers.
We'll call it media fasting.
media. Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And so this is the basically versus episode.
Oh, you didn't let me go, but yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you didn't? I don't give a shit
It's
about your opinion.
It's PlayStation.
Everyone's going to pick PlayStation because
Yeah.
of the exclusives.
Yeah. And now that they're as close as they were, or close as they are, I don't think there's any real, like, you have to pay for subscriptions on both. You have to.
We all three picked PlayStation, but we all three also are not going to get a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we don't care that much.
We can acknowledge the benefits also of Xbox.
Well, and like, because
But-
Xbox has a better party system.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It works way better.
their live system is always better.
Yeah.
It's because it's Microsoft.
Yeah. But
Also,
the games.
it's
That's
so
what matters.
sad because I generally hate Sony.
So this episode was our versus episode. We've added this takes us to like a second part of the episode where me and Ethan are just going to sit here and yell at each other.
Yeah, for no reason, really.
It's a versus episode. I hope everybody heard him crack his fingers because
I
I'm
did.
leaving that in. It's a versus episode because in our Discord, we have started a versus channel where you can basically, we post every day. We need to post the days. You post the forum and people can react with emojis to pick one or the other. Whilst naming this or that questions for a versus, I said we should do salt and pepper.
God.
Ethan does not like that opportunity.
I don't want to be too mean, but it's fucking dumb. It's honestly stupid. It's really dumb.
Why?
They don't do the same thing. They're totally different chemically. They don't come from plant. They don't both come from plants. One comes from plants. One is a mineral.
But what
They don't do the same thing chemically. If you only take a steak, nothing else on it, and you just put pepper on it and you cook it, sure, it's going to taste fine, but it's not going to have any salt.
But I believe the question is asked in terms of seasonings.
That's not what was said. It said salt or pepper.
And when you hear those two,
Yeah.
does your brain, like, do you overthink shit that much?
Do you not cook?
Yes,
Yeah.
I cook. Cook all the time.
I don't want to eat your food then.
Why?
because you're either choosing salt or pepper to put on
No,
things.
that's not at all.
It's
what
a
that-
versus. You're not saying, oh, you didn't. It was never indicated that the versus could have been both because you never picked that unless you're playing soccer.
because you don't typically pick both in a versus. You can have a preference for one over the other.
Yeah.
Sure, fine.
I use both, but
But like I said, go ahead. Go a week without salt. See if it's a fucking preference.
You can
everything tastes bland.
Yeah, exactly. No one's going to pick pepper over salt because you can go your entire life without eating pepper. You can't go your entire life without eating salt. In fact, you can go your entire life without eating salt. It's about a week.
guess what? 3 people pick pepper.
Well, they're fucking wrong.
Well, 2 people pick pepper.
Who picked pepper? I'm gonna look it up later.
Okay,
and
one of
then
them-
I'm gonna find them.
One of them is me.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Because I asked Sam. I literally looked at her, and this was not near as big of a fight as it is with me and Ethan. And I said, "Hey, salt or pepper?" And she said, "I guess pepper."
Yeah, it's. I feel like it's more of a you make your plate of food. What one do you go for? Like when you're done, you're like, all right,
Let's think about it like this. Say you get a bowl of mac and cheese. It doesn't have any salt or pepper in it at all. And you take a bite, and it doesn't have salt or pepper. What are you adding first?
Well, I mean, I'll probably.
Are you not going to add any salt and just pepper?
I'll add both, but I don't.
No, I'm
know.
just saying.
I don't like.
Are you
mac
going
and
to
cheese,
choose? And if you have to choose between either one, are you going to add salt or pepper? You can't have both. One or the other. You're going to add salt or pepper.
Well, chemically, there's probably salt in either the cheese or the noodles, so it's probably gonna be pepper.
See,
But
this
I
is
didn't. I chose salt on the versus because that's
I
what
chose salt on the
That's what I
versus.
naturally
I
always
did
go
too.
to because I don't like over peppery things. I don't enjoy really the like super like over peppery taste. So I'm like, all right, if they've put pepper in it, it's fine. It's
so.
enough.
Here's where I'm coming from. When I
No,
hear,
answer the question. Answer the
I
question.
choose salt.
Okay, you would put salt, no pepper.
on mac and cheese, I probably would
For
put
the rest
anything.
of your life, you can't have both salt or pepper. Which one are you picking?
I mean, here's the thing: does it take salt out of everything that has already been pre-made in it?
Yes.
Well, then I have to choose salt because you have to have sodium in your body.
There you go. There's your answer.
That doesn't mean you can't have a preference for one.
Yeah.
They don't do the same thing. Are you choosing to keep cinnamon or, I don't know, basil? That's the difference.
You can still choose.
You're-
There's people that like
you're
basil more
choosing-
than cinnamon.
You're choosing to make cinnamon toast with basil instead?
No, because I
Oh.
wouldn't make fucking cinnamon toast with basil. That makes no fucking sense.
Exactly. That's exactly. They're not comparable because they're not comparable because you wouldn't use them for the same goddamn thing.
Just because you're not using them for the same goddamn thing.
Then you
doesn't
can't
mean that
compare
Yes,
them.
you can.
No, you can't.
Just blow out your mic.
Good.
I feel like you're really overthinking this as a person that's on your side. I feel like again, it's an instinct gut reaction.
It's a
What do you-
dumbass question.
Well, I mean,
Blew it out again.
It's a dumbass question.
I don't find it that dumb. It's a which one do you pick? Bang bang. It's an instinct gut reaction.
Because literally,
Then it's always salt.
yesterday I picked pepper.
Some people it is.
Only pepper.
Only pepper all day long.
I know for
No,
a fact.
on
my dad always picks up the pepper first because he likes his food
because it's already
more-
salted.
Yeah, but almost everybody salts for taste usually.
Yeah.
we can go to that.
Yeah.
You pick up and it says salt to taste. So more people
That
salt
doesn't-
and pepper to
The
taste.
question literally said salt or pepper. You could even go into chemistry. Like, are you going to put
You
salt
are
and pepper in?
overthinking.
Yeah,
the
why?
No, I'm
simplest
not.
of questions.
No.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes. Yes.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Cheesecake or, I don't know, Ryan Gosling.
Again, not.
That okay? If you want to go into that,
I
then
would
you
eat
can't-
Ryan Gosling. Obviously. That's your fucking argument here.
Then you can't choose cats versus dogs. That can't be a versus because they're
No,
two
they're both
complete-
pets.
No,
They do
they're
the same
I don't
goddamn
get-
thing.
It doesn't matter. They're fucking different.
And they do the same goddamn thing. They don't
are
do
che-
a shit.
They are
Is what they don't
chemically
do.
different.
They don't.
Go back. They're different.
Salt and
species.
pepper are not comparable.
They are flavor enhancers.
You're a fucking moron.
No.
Then okay, yeah, you are.
No.
Yeah,
I ask a.
you're just proving what
multitude of
I've
people.
always known. Okay.
I have asked a multitude of. I can't even remember who all I asked, but I asked several, and most. I'm trying to think back who
This
said
is the
what.
most heated this has gotten.
It really has. It's a shame that salt and pepper is the end of the podcast.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's the end of your life.
I'm not afraid of it.
He welcomes it.
Much like Luma Lee.
He will welcome it.
That's the previous podcast.
Also, I just have one question to bring up. Do you hear salt and pepper and immediately don't think of a table?
No, because I have a brain.
You don't think of sitting at a table. If someone says, "Hey, do you like salt or pepper?" You don't think of sitting at a table with
No,
salt
I
and pepper
automatically
shakers?
think that's a dumb question because they don't do the same thing.
I feel like you fundamentally misunderstood the concept of this verses, which is you sit down and you're going to season your food. That is what the concept of the verses was. If I'm wrong, speak up.
Okay, that's what I think of anytime
Yeah.
I hear someone say salt or pepper.
Yeah, what do you want,
That's
salt
what
or
I think.
pepper?
I don't go thinking, "Oh my God, they're chemically different." Holy fuck! It's not.
They don't do the same thing.
They are-
They absolutely don't do the same
They
goddamn
add
thing.
flavor.
I made that
added-
argument last night.
added-
You want me to repeat that argument?
Oh, that if you put shit on it, it adds flavor. Yeah. Okay. Do you want shit or do you want piss on your food? Is that a valid argument?
I would take piss because I wouldn't get. I would take neither. But if I had to choose, I
No.
would take piss because I'm not going to get sick from it necessarily.
It's all about it's
Bear Grylls
taste.
proved this.
It's all about taste.
I only watched that show just to watch him drink his own piss.
Well, isn't that why anybody only watched it?
It wasn't really that good of a show.
But yeah. I mean, I feel like that's the point of the verses, though. Is you go. All right, God's instinct. What do you prefer out of the two? Boom, boom. Am I wrong? That's what a versus
Yeah.
is. You go.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Well, I chose.
I don't know.
And then I told you it was a stupid question.
You didn't choose.
And
you
then you-
immediately started off with "That's a stupid question."
I don't know what.
It is a dumb question.
What's today's actually going to be? But I know one you had in the admin chat was Coke versus Pepsi. I'm like, all right, yeah. My brain goes, all right, which one I want? Well, I'll take Pepsi. I prefer Pepsi. I use the other one when that one's not an option. So I just there's all the other ones I can't remember all the other ones, but I'm like, it's all it is a gut instinct reaction when what do you prefer out of your brain? In your brain, boom, boom. Again, Ethan, I'm on your side.
I know.
I
I know.
pick salt.
I know. I'm not saying.
I pick salt.
Not that you pick pepper.
I'm not saying
No,
that.
I pick salt. I put that I pick pepper because I asked Sam the question and I put both.
Oh.
Or I put whatever one she agrees with. Obviously, I can't pick two emojis. Like if she would have said salt, I couldn't put salt twice. But because she said pepper, I also hit pepper.
Gotcha.
If you choose right now, would you choose water or food? You need both.
Right now, I'd choose food. I'm hungry.
Same.
If you had to choose for today, you could only have water or food.
Food. I haven't eaten today. Boom.
Okay.
It's
It's easy to choose a preference.
yeah.
You need water more than food.
You do.
But just because you need the salt doesn't mean that you can't have a preference for it.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Because
How
salt's
is
in
That is so stupid.
How is having a preference for a flavor stupid? It's like saying chocolate or vanilla and then getting pissed because they're different flavors.
It's really fucking dumb. It's really goddamn dumb. If you asked a culinary expert, if you had to choose between salt and pepper, you know what their answer would be? Their answer would be, that's a stupid question.
Who cares about It's a fucking this or that. It's not. I'm not going to Gordon Ramsay saying, "Hey, I'm gonna take off all the reserves of everything that has ever existed based on this one question." That's not the fucking question. It's what is your preference? Because people can have a preference on a fucking seasoning.
Fair.
There we go.
Do you want to hear that?
Yes.
Do you want to hear fair?
Yes.
Then fair. It's still fucking stupid.
Because that's the whole premise of this versus is what is your preference? I don't give a shit that you need salt to live.
That's not.
You need salt to make food taste. If you don't add salt, it doesn't taste right. Ever. Ever. Any food has salt in it in some way, shape, or form.
I had entirely unsalted green beans and corn
No,
yesterday.
you
and
didn't,
only added
because they have salt in them. That's how plants and meat work. They have natural salts in them.
Okay, so
you
they have
cannot
them-
have them without salts.
Okay.
You have salt if you have food. Period. That's why it's stupid.
Again, that's not the premise of the question, though. It's what do you get?
That's why it's stupid.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
If it was stupid, salt wouldn't exist as a seasoning to put on
It's
food.
not a seasoning.
Yes, it is.
It's a fucking mineral.
But it exists. People put extra salt on it. Therefore, they season their food with extra salt.
Yes, extra salt.
Yeah.
They are not having anything without salt, or they're having shitty food.
That's not the premise of the question, Ethan. It's what do you put on your food when you sit down to eat? Yes.
At a table.
Most people-
Then that's not what it fucking said.
It's because I literally just put salt or pepper because I didn't think anybody would read into it more
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to? I'm obviously going to read more into it. And Joda's going to read more into it. You knew that one too.
No, I didn't. I really didn't think
You've never
anybody-
talked to either one of
No,
us?
I have. I just didn't think you would read into that
Yeah.
to that extent. I feel like most people hear that question and say, okay, which one do I prefer?
Yeah.
It's that simple. I don't think people go into
I think, personally, I think it's a stupid question.
That's fine.
That's
but
fine.
like,
It's your
Then
opinion.
why are we having this conversation?
Because you called me an idiot the second I posted it.
I said it was a stupid question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Did I call you an idiot? Until you started fighting back on it. I said it was a stupid question.
but inherently, it's not. Like, it's
It really fucking is.
not, though.
It really is.
I am with Tyler. I don't think it's a stupid question because, like you said, you can have a preference. Everybody has preferences on everything. Like, people like fucking.
also no. Hold on. I want to wrap this one back too because
sure.
this came up before salt versus pepper. Godzilla versus a 60-foot tall bucket of KFC.
That was a joke.
Doesn't matter. You put it.
Well, fine. Play it. I'll tell you it's a dumb question.
No, I don't care enough to read into it.
Yeah.
I'm picking the 60-foot tall bucket of chicken. Godzilla can't eat all that. Give him heartburn.
It does change the concept because it's literally just him trying to eat the 60-foot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have a question. Is the chicken is it proportional? Is the chicken pieces,
No, it's literally just the regular size. pieces.
that's a lot of chicken.
That's a lot of chicken. And that's a lot of bones.
A lot of bones. I don't know about that. It's a lot of MSG.
I'm really glad we can have this sort of furious argument and then get back to something stupid.
absolutely.
Oh, it's great.
Because that's men.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. We'll fight about the dumbest crap.
Yeah.
And then just go back to something else even stupider.
Eh.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of times that I've been with friends and they talk about times that they literally fought, like fist fought as kids, and they're still like, yeah, and then they're like, that was crazy, wasn't it? And that's the end.
I honestly don't think men hold on to stuff usually as long as women do.
We don't.
Generally speaking. Some guys are a little bit,
Yeah, some are.
yeah, but we don't talk to them anymore.
I will call somebody a fucking cunt and forget that I called them a fucking cunt 6 seconds later. Yeah. All right.
We know we're terrible people. So
We know we're
okay.
assholes. So that'll
Well, I
wrap
would
up-
like to apologize for the amount of cussing I've done. I don't normally cuss that much. I really don't. And I feel really bad about it, but you deserve it.
does
Every
it-
minute, every word.
Why do you have a conscience about that stuff?
I do. I do.
I don't.
I do.
I just when I see verses,
Only people I don't curse in front of is children.
I'll try to
Unless I
take
know
it.
their
You're talking about
parents.
that.
I'll try to take it less literally and
like,
just more.
Well, that's just it's to me a verses is just preference,
I'll try to take it that way from now on.
and that's literally like to me. I can't see a verses and
And no matter how stupid it is,
Yeah.
just for you guys, I won't go that in depth into it.
Yeah.
and legitimately, I am okay with posting Godzilla versus a 60-foot tall KFC bucket.
I don't know what I guess the emoji would just be chicken and like a giant lizard or whatever.
Yeah,
Lizard.
chicken and a lizard.
Chicken and a
There's
lizard.
probably like a Godzilla emoji. I don't know.
We could put one in.
Fuck,
just for it.
that'll be
Yeah.
today's.
Sure.
I'll post it right now.
That'll be great.
So that'll wrap everything up. I got to think of where I'm at.
We're making a podcast.
Yeah, my house. I'm making a podcast.
Okay, that will wrap everything up. We appreciate you guys listening, especially if you made it through that part because that
Yeah.
was a lot
Yeah.
of yelling. That
It
was,
was
a
a
lot.
lot.
That's a lot of dad and dad fighting. So if you want to see more of the dad and dad fighting or hear more of the dad and dad fighting, you can find links below. It'll take you to our Facebook, Instagram. There's a link to our Discord where you can participate in the verses and read some of the mean things that everybody said to each other.
If we really get into it again, we can just add it into the bloopers, get people in on the bloopers.
Yeah.
So check it out there. See if you like that sort of contention. Check it out there. We'll try to do that.
Where Ethan is talking about bloopers is on our Patreon. We post bloopers every month that are pretty funny. And so we thank you for listening. And I don't think I even said it, but there's a link tree in the description. You should be able to copy and paste and use that and find everything you need there. If you don't, email us at chaoticallynerdy@gmail.com. First time I've done that.
There you go.
So thank you for listening. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Deuce.
Bye.